What is going on, you guys? Wired here, and we're back with another reaction to a countdown. We're talking about the top 20 most insane guitar shredders. Thank you all for the love on the other video, the Hardest Solos one. I'm still getting comments on that video and likes and everything, and that tells me you guys love these videos. Thank you all for subscribing through that video. Thank you all for showing just love on that one. This one really got me in my feelings, I'm not gonna lie to you, and you're gonna see my raw reaction in this one. A lot of guitarists that shouldn't be on there but are on there, and there's a big debate within the top 5. So if you play guitar, you know who these guys are. Let me know how you guys feel about the list, and if you don't play guitar, who do you think should be on it? Or better yet, who's your favorite guitarist? For me, it's Steve Vai, Sinister Gates, John Frusciante, and Slash. Let me know down below. Until then, I love you guys. Don't forget to hit the like button, the subscribe button. Catch y'all later. All right, top 20 most insane shredders. This is my kind of list. The last video, the hardest songs to learn, they weren't really that hard, so we're gonna talk about this one for sure. A lot of people always say that playing fast is the hardest thing, and it is. Coordination you have with both hands, let alone your brain like trying to process what notes you're gonna be playing next, and you're already kind of thinking of what the next chord progression is gonna be. You'll never learn it. You're gonna always learn it, no matter if you're playing 15, 20 years, 30 years, it doesn't matter. You're never going to perfect it because there's always gonna be faster. There's always gonna be this. So top 20 most insane guitar shredders. This video is only 2 months old. I would hope it's updated and accurate. Let's
Dizzyingly talented.
Oh, they got Vi on here. Fucking finally.
In the world.
Yes. He's so good, man. I'm slowly but surely trying to get my girl onto Steve Vai, and it's working so far, but Steve Vai is just, he needs to be #1. That's my prediction. Let me know yours in the comments before you watch the video, and let me know if you're right.
Number 20, Eric Johnson.
Eric Johnson, 20?
A lot of shred guitarists with immense talent don't also
I'm gonna be
comparing
this one for sure.
Name. Then again, not every guitar player out there is Eric Johnson.
That's crazy. He's number 20, bro.
Granted, the Texas native may always be associated with the Grammy Award-winning instrumental Cliffs of Dover, but is that really a bad thing? We don't think so, at least not when we're taking into account Johnson's smooth, soulful playing.
But then, okay, fair, because this isn't really shredding, what someone calls shredding. This is kind of just like soulful, just soloing. So, okay, shredding, in that respect, I get it. Okay, sure.
The X-Man actually cut his teeth with some extremely heavy blues-based rock with the group Mariani before venturing into jazz fusion territory with Electromagnets. What's constant about Eric Johnson's playing, however? Class. Pure class.
Yeah, he's elegant as fuck.
Number 19, Sinister Gates.
My man, my guy, number 19?
Is all about excess, 100% of the time. And this aim
really?
is
19?
easier to achieve when you have Sinister Gates on guitar.
That's my guy.
This California.
That's my goat, my #1. But I'll take number 19. I don't really call him a shredder neither. I think the label shredder is weird for him because he plays jazz mixed with classical, and it just sounds really fast. But like when I hear shredding, I'm thinking of like Buckethead or 80s metal, Pantera, you know. So I don't know if I would call Gates a shredder, but I love that he's mentioned on the list because he carries the my generation, the early 2000s.
On guitar. This California kid shreds like there's no tomorrow, evoking fond memories of the much-missed Alexei Laiho from Children of Bodom, while also possessing a style.
Huh? Wasn't Children of Bodom after Sevenfold? When they... what?
This California kid shreds like there's no tomorrow, evoking fond memories of the much-missed Alexei Laiho from Children of Bodom, while also possessing a style all his own. Neoclassical runs can certainly be found within Gates' 6-string arsenal, but the guitar...
He definitely does not play neoclassical, but go ahead, watch Mojo, it's 100% jazz.
Guitarist never forgets that riffs are king. Additionally, Gates' approach to his instrument swings with a confidence that's born from knowing exactly how good he is and what kind of musical heights he can scale. Number 18, Shawn Lane.
I don't know this
The
name.
quiet and unassuming personality of Shawn Lane served as perhaps a textbook example of appearances being deceiving. That's because this session
That's not shredding.
guitarist was something of a musician's
Now, maybe
musician,
he's done
a
shredding
natural
before,
who's
they're just not
clearly
playing
a
it, I don't
master of
know.
his instrument. Lane's skills were off the charts and always seemed to make whoever he was backing at the time sound better and closer to greatness.
This economy picking is good, I can already tell.
Ringo Starr, Johnny Cash, Chris Christopherson, and more all benefited from Lane's speed and precision. But fans shouldn't sleep on the man's tone and performance either. Shawn Lane could, quite frankly, do it all, and do it with style to spare. Number 17.
Like, I'm sure he's good. And that's not to discredit him at all. Like, he's on this list and he's an artist, but shredding? I don't know.
Number 17.
There we go.
Akira Takasaki. There are a number of musical chameleons out there, able to adapt to practically any style in the book. Akira Takasaki is absolutely one of those musicians, yet he'll probably always be intrinsically linked with one of Japan's most successful metal exports, Loudness. Takasaki moved from progressive rock, power metal, glam, and even grunge within the confines of Loudness. Yet he never lost his ability to dizzy his audience with amazing genre-defining chops.
That's shredding to me.
Takasaki shreds with abandon, but can also slow things down with riffs that can make you bang your head or pump your fist. It's not hyperbole in the slightest to call Akira Takasaki the freaking man, and his playing style is, quite frankly, out of this world. Number 16.
George Lynch. Okay, I respect it so
The
far.
world of 1980s hair metal has
I
historically
respect
been
it.
defined by its style, but the music of bands such as Dokken were absolutely not devoid of substance.
My thing with 80s music and like the speed metal type genre, like a Judas Priest and stuff like that, is, and even Metallica you can put in this too when it comes to guitar tones and solos. It always just sounds super processed. Like, it's gone through so many different compressors, an expander or two. Like, it just sounds really, like, to me, Kirk Hammett, great guitarist. I hate his solo tone, man. His solo tone is cringe unless it's Nothing Else Matters. But like, a lot of 80s music, 80s metal, and Dime, you can throw Pantera in there too. It just sounds very processed. It sounds very fake.
This is largely thanks to the level of musicianship from artists like George Lynch, whose aggressive approach to guitar contrasted brilliantly with Don Dokken's smooth, silky voice. Lynch would form his own group, Lynch Mob, after leaving Dokken, increasing his stock exponentially as one of 80s metal's premier guitar players. A classic George Lynch performance is often fast, but always tasteful, bringing both skill and musical knowledge to the table. He's simply one of the finest guitarists to ever pick up the instrument. Full stop.
Yeah, I can agree.
Number 15, John McLaughlin. Jazz purists may have hated it, but the fusion movement was an exciting and vibrant progression of that genre's musical core. It was
Different,
anchored by
I like it,
musicians
okay.
like John McLaughlin, who helped pioneer the sound as part of Miles Davis's band. McLaughlin's approach to his instrument could be meditative, but
12
also
string?
as fiery as the flames of
called it.
hell. Indeed, snapshot performances of McLaughlin with Davis or his own group, the Mahavishnu Orchestra, showcase a man in full control of his instrument. If hard bop jazz groups were used to cooking, then consider McLaughlin's fusion period to be full-on boil, texture, technique, and emotive brilliance. John McLaughlin, be thy name.
Fusion is such a different genre. Like, you really don't know what you're gonna get.
Zakk Wylde. Ozzy Osbourne has employed a legion of legendarily talented guitar players as part of his...
There's two guitarists in the world that I find to be the most overrated. Zakk Wylde is one of them. Black Label Society, the music's good, but his solos all sound the same. And Yngwie fucking Malmsteen. Like, I already know Yngwie is going to be on this because he is a shredder, and he's well known. But I just think they're the two most underrated or overrated guitarists because their solos sound the same. And no shade to Zakk, but it's like, you can't... Don't try to mimic Randy Rhoads, you know?
band. Zakk Wylde was one of his longest-serving members and brought his forceful style to the Ozzy fold.
And Zakk also ruined pinch harmonics for me because every other fucking note it's a squeal.
Wylde's penchant for pinched harmonics is taken straight from the John Sykes
Told
playbook.
you.
That guitarist's work with thin linched harmonics is taken straight from the John Sykes playbook of that guitarist's work with Thin Lizzy and Whitesnake. Meanwhile, Wylde's own career has blossomed with a heavy riff-based approach that leans heavily into paying homage to Ozzy's old group, Black Sabbath.
It's like he only knows the pentatonic scale, and that's it.
Zakk is a wicked player, to be sure.
He's fast,
flashy
but
when he needs to be, and let's face it, he has to be flashy quite often, and we love him for it.
I think one thing that isn't really fair to Zakk, though, is that he does get compared to Dimebag Darrell too much in the guitar world. And Dime is a talent that you can't replicate. You can learn how he makes the sounds, you could learn his solos, but you can't replicate Dime. And I think Zakk does get a lot of, oh, he's trying to be like Dime, and he's trying to do this. And it could be because of the way his tone is produced. It's very trebly, and his love for pinch harmonics, squeals. So he gets a lot of flack for trying to be his own person, but people consume him as another wannabe Dimebag Darrell.
Number 13, Jeff Loomis. Metal fans seeking technical
Why does this name sound so
riff
familiar to me?
savagery need look no further than the amazing work of Jeff Loomis. The man initially arose to prominence with the Seattle-based group Nevermore, and it was Loomis's extravagant playing style that helped define that band's progressive metal sound. The man's tone is insanely heavy, chugging along viciously one moment before then breaking off into insane lead work that boggles the mind.
Hear it.
Loomis would eventually collaborate with another modern...
I love chromatic movement on the lower strings. I love just how it sounds. It's such a momentum build up. It's such a... just like how it cuts through the mix, through the drums and through the rhythm. I love it. I think it's something that more guitarists need to do. And it really... listen, soloing on the 4th, 5th, and 6th strings really tests your fucking finger strength, man.
Metal guitar legend Michael Amott with the group Arch Enemy, solidifying his reputation as a true master of his craft. Number 12. Tosin
I knew it.
The list of legendary guitar players is miles long and stretches back decades. That said, we also should ignore the comparatively recent musicians who are revolutionizing the instrument for today's audiences. Tosin Abasi is a generational talent who has lent his enviable abilities to groups like Animals as leaders, while also blazing a trail and reputation of his own. Animals as leaders never feels like the Tosin Abasi project. The
It
man's
really doesn't.
fretboard
It's
skills
so different.
simply speak for themselves. Tosin Abasi is one of a kind.
I'm happy with this list so far.
Number
Watch
11,
Mojo, you might have
The
done it.
Great Cat.
I'm happy with this list. I'm curious for the top 10.
These words mean absolutely nothing to the Great Cat. In fact, this British shred guitar legend would probably much rather see you groveling at her feet singing praises to the Great Cat's all-consuming greatness. It's true that the character of the Great Cat is, well, it's a bit much, but there's no
we
denying
hear
the
some
classical
music?
training and skill
Come
behind
on,
this
man.
long-standing gimmick. The woman-born Catherine
I like it.
Thomas is educated beyond belief in the art of music, taking her love of masters like Beethoven and adapting this into an over-the-top heavy metal persona. You know, we're believers because there are frankly few out there who can compete with the shredding ability of the Great Cat.
That's dope. I'm looking at her. I like the
Number
violin.
10,
Marty, yep.
Friedman.
Yep.
This guitarist may have first
I like the
impressed
top 10.
audiences with his work in thrash metal leaders Megadeth, but Marty Friedman has continued to release manic instrumental music since leaving the band in 2000.
I think the same thing goes with Marty Freeman, what I said about Zakk Wylde, and just like the history between Megadeth and Metallica. They always get compared, and I've heard people say that Megadeth is like the bootleg Metallica. Marty Freeman gets compared to Kirk Hammett all the fucking time, and it's really not fair. I also cannot stand Dave Mustaine's voice. Drop a comment below if you can or cannot, because man.
Friedman enjoys a particularly rabid fan following in Japan, where fans have flocked to the long-locked guitar's heavy, technical, and melodic sound. Friedman also lent his axe skills on a number of guest spots with Christian metal group Tourniquet, while continuing to earn praise for the genre-defining work he helped create on Megadeth's classic Rust in Peace.
I don't know too much Megadeth, but
Number
Dave
9,
Mustaine's voice
Paul
kills it.
Gilbert.
Or ruins it for
Irreverent
me.
humor and no-nonsense technical skills are two defining aspects of the next
saw him play with
guitarist on our
Vi here in
list,
Orlando.
Paul Gilbert.
Really good.
This Illinois-born musician first rose to fame in the mid-'80s with the speed metal group Racer X, before forming a highly successful hair metal group Mr. Big alongside bassist extraordinaire Billy Sheehan in 1988.
Billy Sheehan is so talented, man. Oh my god. Billy Sheehan's bass work with Steve Vai is top fucking tier.
Gilbert's insanely fast chops are the stuff of legend and have gone on to inspire legions of young guitarists in his wake. The guitarist also knows when to slow it down, however, as evidenced by the enduring popularity of Mr. Big's 1992 hit ballad, To Be With You.
Yeah, just to be the next to be with you.
Number 8, Joe Satriani.
Joe Satriani's
Although some of the
8?
guitarists on our list may enjoy
Yo, if Joe Satriani is 8, who the fuck is the top 5? Because as far as I know, Satriani is bigger than Vi. He's arguably, in my opinion, he's not, but I've heard a lot of people say that Satriani's better than Vi. Vi's got to be top 5, but Joe at top 8? That's crazy to me. That's I'm comparing 7 through 5.
a niche or cult status among their fan base, very few of them can lay claim to being a multiple Grammy Award not belong to our top pick for this spot, Joe Satriani, though. The New York
Top
native,
8,
known as
bro?
Satch to his loyal fans, has been an influential fixture in the
Satch
shred
Boogie is a
guitar
classic
scene for
hit,
years,
too.
having collaborated with artists as diverse as Mick Jagger and Deep Purple.
Satch Boogie, called it.
Satriani also founded the guitar-centric
Chickenfoot.
G3 Tour in 1995, and even found time to join the supergroup Chickenfoot in 2008, all the while enjoying album sales which total over 10 million albums worldwide. Not too shabby. Number 7, Jason Becker. The story of Jason Becker
Over
is a
Satriani?
complex one. One man's
I
determined
don't know.
defiance in the face of overwhelming odds.
I don't know. I disagree with this one. I do.
Becker first rose to fame
So far, the list is great, but I hard disagree with Becker over Satch.
alongside Marty Friedman in the shred thrash group Cacophony in the 1980s, before solo albums and collaborations with David Lee Roth severely increased the Axeman stock in the early 90s.
Give it all, baby, 'cause it's showtime. Woo!
Since then, the guitarist has fought a battle with ALS or Lou
Yeah.
Gehrig's disease, losing his ability to speak, walk, and play guitar in the process. Becker, however, still composes music using a computer and serves as an inspiration to fellow musicians
That's
through
cool
the
as
passion
fuck, he still
and
writes.
love he shows for the creative process.
That's
I remember
cool
I
as
came to
fuck.
his house and he played this thing for me, and I went, "How did you do this?" I was just floored.
Number 6, John Petrucci. Dream Theater have long been
Over
one of the reigning
Satch?
kings of progressive metal music, thanks largely in part to the 6 and 7
Maybe.
string efforts of the band's guitarist and co-founder, John Petrucci.
And this isn't any shade of Petrucci, but I think Petrucci gets a higher praise because everyone else in his band is fucking phenomenal in their own instruments, so it kind of lifts it. But that's a tough comparison with Satch.
This New Yorker is another shredder who can move from incendiary instrumental passages to moments of calm and quiet with ease, deferring to his Dream Theater bandmates to inject their own stamps on the band's songs.
The world's what you create.
Petrucci has been a longtime guest on
Who's
Joe
top
Satriani's
five?
G3 tour.
Like,
and has even
who's
done production
genuinely, who in the world is better than Joe Satriani, Paul Gilbert, John Petrucci? Who is above these people? Like Vi's on there, 110%. Like, that's not a question.
work on Dream Theater's more recent albums, making him a threat both in front and behind the scenes.
Who?
Number 5, Buckethead.
Oh,
the
yeah.
enigmatic Axeman known as
I love me some
may
Buckethead.
sport a bizarre bit of
I
stage
love me
wear,
some
but
Buckethead.
Make no mistake, the man's guitar skills just might impress you. Known to his mother as Brian Patrick Carroll, the music of Buckethead ranges
Buckethead's
from
amazing.
delicate and beautiful
Yes.
to lightning quick and aggressive. This versatility
He'd be in my
made the
top two.
guitarist tailor-made
Him and Vi.
for the sideman scene, collaborating with
Better
a
than
wide
Satch,
variety
yes.
of artists, including a 4-year stint with rock legends Guns N' Roses.
His work with Guns N' Roses was so bad, and it's not even because of him. It's because Axl would not let people fucking work or create anything. And that was such, like, Chinese Democracy is a decent record, but you could just hear Bumblefoot on it. You could hear Buckethead on it. You could hear just so many different players, and it was a mess. But his work, Buckethead's work on Guns N' Roses, that's not fair to even bring up. Because he wasn't allowed to do what he wanted to do.
Buckethead has also composed music for film soundtracks, making him a truly diverse and engaging shredder who can do just about anything with his guitar.
They're not going to show Jordan? Soothsayer?
Number 4, Michelangelo Badio. Nothing exceeds
See, this is Michelangelo Badio is in my Ingve Malmsteen discussion for shredding for no reason because it doesn't have a point. And it doesn't really, like, shredding to the point it doesn't sound good. Yes, he can shred and he's fast, but it's like there's a balance of melody and just the overall tempo of the song. And he, like, Badio and Ingve are on the same level to me as, we know you can play, stop, slow it down, you know?
like excess. This is a motto followed to the letter by one Michelangelo Badio, a notoriously over-the-top shredder who made a name for himself in the 1980s as lead guitarist for the bands Holland and Nitro. Badio Via's style is notable not only for the man's flashy technique of playing under and over the fretboard, but also for his mastery of the multi-neck guitar.
I feel like dual guitars like that are very gimmicky. I'd like Vi plays a 3-neck and it looks really cool, but it's just like you're not really playing when you're doing this. You're just doing hammer-ons and pull-offs, which I guess is cool. Like it looks cool, but it's not necessarily. I'm not gonna say it's not hard, but it looks cool. That's it.
Indeed, it seems as if Michelangelo's instrumental prowess simply can't be contained by only a traditional guitar, with the man's dizzying speed and ambidextrous approach truly coming to the forefront on his dual and quadruple necked models.
Who's 2 and 3? Who's 1 and 2? Are you fucking kidding me? Are you what? God, are you really? He's a shredder. He's a shredder now. Y'all said Eruption was the hardest solo to learn. Eddie Van Halen's not a shredder. He's not a shredder. Who's number 1? Fucking Slash? What?
The late Eddie Van Halen and his contemporary rival, the late Randy Rhoads, were far more than shredders.
They're
But
not.
The former's
Well,
instrumental
Randy
solo
is.
masterpiece, Eruption, off their debut album, would forever tie Van Halen with the technique.
I'm good. I'm good. I'm good. Y'all got this list, bro. Legendary Eruption shredding. Okay. That's tremolo picking. That's not shredding.
It also propelled him amongst the all-time greats.
That's not shred. Y'all are killing me right now.
Number 2, Steve Vai.
2?
Steve Vai has played
2? Come on, dude. No. It's Yngwie. It has to be Yngwie, and it's gonna piss me off.
alongside some of the biggest names in the rock world. From Frank Zappa and Whitesnake to David Lee Roth and even Spinal Tap. This is no accident, as this former student of Joe Satriani has consistently earned top honors as one of the world's most talented
He's the greatest of all time.
guitar players.
Greatest of all time. But show him shredding. Like, watch Mojo. This is a shredder's list. Show him shredding. Show him shredding. Because you're not going to help my case in the comments because I'm gotten on Eddie Van Halen for shredding. You're not showing Vi shred. Show him shred so I can talk in the comments and have proof.
Vi's style is almost effortless in its fluidity, lending it an almost otherworldly style all its own.
Shred.
This has led to Vi lending his talents to the world of cinema, playing on the soundtracks for John Carpenter's Ghosts of Mars, as well as the
Halo?
most excellent Billy.
He was on Halo. He adapted the theme of Halo, the video game, one of the greatest. Watch Mojo, do your research, man.
Ted's bogus journey.
Before we continue, be sure to subscribe
That's
to
all you have to say about
Number 1.
Bye. How? Because he's okay. Let's hear what they have to say. Let's hear what they have to say.
Yngwie Malmsteen. As Sweden's universal king of shred, Yngwie J. Malmsteen pioneered the European style of neoclassical metal via a series of influential albums during the 1980s. Malmsteen quickly earned a reputation not only for his fiery musicianship, but also for his equally volatile temper, which would result in the guitarist ousting multiple members of his band over the years.
Yeah, he had a fucking ego. And I think he had a couple DUIs too.
This could be paradise, holding you here by my side.
Still, Yngwie Malmsteen's contribution to the world of
They're not even showing him shred. Oh my god, Watch Mojo, I'm done with you.
explosive shred guitar simply cannot be overstated, as this Swedish sensation managed to blaze his own unique trail, one which practically dared other guitarists to try to step up their game to his level. What other guitar maestros shred your brain to bits? Let us know in the comments.
I'm hurt. I'm hurt off this list, man. I'm hurt. My heart
Did you
hurts.
enjoy this video?
I'm
Check
in
out these
pain.
other clips from Watch Mojo and be sure.
I don't want to watch another Watch Mojo video. I don't. I'm hurt. Like, I'm really conflicted on this. Guys, drop a comment down below. You guys have shown so much love with these guitar videos. I'm still getting comments on the other one, on the Hardest Solos video, but thank you guys for hanging out. Let me know in the comments below who you think should be number one. If you feel the same as me about Zakk Wylde and Yngwie Malmsteen, let me know down below. Hit the like button, hit the sub button for more of these. Love y'all. I'll catch y'all later.
Thank you.